Guys, a little more about this Aircat sander. I've been using it, and it says it's really quiet, but I don't find it to be that quiet. I find it to be kind of loud, but it's not that loud. I mean, it's definitely quieter than my DAQ. It's not quite as quiet as the Hutchens, but here's what I'm going to do. I went ahead and I'm going to show you this thing, and I've been using this thing. I found out that it's probably the most useful sander I have. I have a Hutchens, I have a DAQ, real DAQ from National Detroit. So that's the real one, National Detroit. If it doesn't say National Detroit, it's not a DAQ. Okay, so one of the things I found is I'm going to go ahead and take this off, which I'm not sure if I like the way that they put these threads in here. But I took this thing off the muffler here, and found there isn't really one. It just kind of has this little tiny piece of foam thing. And if I put my finger over here, it kind of gets a lot quieter. So what I did is I went ahead and grabbed some foam. I go ahead and stuff it in here, not too tightly. Still want it to breathe. Oh, and by the way, it does use a very, very little air, so that's a big benefit. Your compressor will not run near as often, or mine runs all the time when I'm sanding with any sander, pretty much. I mean, this one, it catches up to it pretty. It takes a while. It catches up to it, and it'll actually shut off. Where most of my other sanders, if I'm using it, as long as I'm using it, the compressor's running. I mean, so it's kind of good. I mean, that could save some energy, and it has the perfect amount of orbit to it. So it's got a 3/16 orbit. The DAQ is great for sanding something that's beat up. You just want to blow it out real quick. It's a lot faster than this one even yet, but this one's pretty fast sanding, really fast sanding. And if you turn it up pretty high, it'll really buzz something down quick. But it's good enough to even do color sanding with. So it's kind of a really versatile sander. I'll probably be using it more often. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. We're going to hear it for the first time together, and let's see how it goes. So I tried it, and it seems to be quite a bit quieter, but it does lose some power, but it's fine for what I'm doing, actually. Just turn it up a little bit, turn up the air a little bit, and it pushes it through. You might want to try a little bit smaller piece of foam if you're going to do it. It might work just fine if you did that. But anyway, the Aircat sander seems to be really, really good. It's very lightweight. I've been sanding with it for several hours, so I'm going to say that this thing is probably one of the best sanders I've ever used. I'll tell you the things that I do like after using it for quite a while are the trigger. Okay, one of the things you'll find is most of the sanders, you'll drop it and the trigger is going to break. They did put the trigger below the heavy point of the sander, so if it did fall on it, it won't break it. If it does, that's just usually the one thing that happens with most sanders. It seems to be very sturdy as far as that goes. And it's really cool because you can either use it with your palm and then push the trigger with your, I can't do it with my left hand very well. Palm and push the trigger, you push this part of the trigger here with your palm, or you can use two hands and push this part of the So it actually works really well. It's got all the right things on it. I don't know how they could have designed it any better. I mean, it uses very little air, so you could probably even use like a 2 horsepower, 20-gallon compressor and run this sander. So if you're at that situation, you might want to take a look at the sander. It's like $100. Right this weekend, if you happen to be watching the video right now, I think they have on, where is that? Auto Body Tool Mart, I believe it's called, has a sale where they have free shipping. So, and it's only this weekend. So, but if you're looking, you might want to look periodically. They might have that again. This is the Aircat. Well, the label fell off. Aircat 6310. They had a label on the other side too. 6310. Alright, I'll talk to you in the next video.